$20 million.
20 million, because I tried to plead out to the 30,000 credit cards, but the judge pretty much said it doesn't fucking matter. Under the federal guidelines, under Booker, 30,000 credit cards is $20 million. This is a $20 million fraud. So, yeah, I tried to plead. I'm thinking maybe it's just 30,000 cards. Fuck out of here. It's $20 million worth of cards, because under each card equivalates to $500.
Okay. I mean, during the heyday of all this, what was the craziest thing that you bought with these stolen credit cards?
I mean, it wasn't nothing that I was just really buying that was just significantly, because the money was there, but everybody eating. So, I mean, it's just a means to survive. Okay. It wasn't like it was some extravagant shit.
So you're not buying Lamborghinis,
Lambos, and I ain't pulling up in Rolls Royces and none of that shit. It's just I'm making money, and I'm making sure that people around me that's fed, and people, that's fed. That's it. Just making sure that they got food on their table, making sure that their bills is paid, making sure that my bills is paid, making sure that everybody around me good.
Well, you plead guilty.
Right.
And I mean, the charges were crazy. I mean, each of the charges you pled guilty to,
right,
there was a 2 years, 5 years, 15 years, and 30 years for some of these charges.
Fuck yeah.
Ultimately, what did you get sentenced to? How many years?
I got sentenced to 110 months.
110 months.
110 months.
Do the math for me.
That's 9 years, 2 months.
9 years.
It took me a minute, Vlad, to figure this shit out. Because I remember, right? Hey, the shit was crazy. I'm sitting in the courtroom, and when you sit in the motherfucking courtroom and you sitting here, and the judge like 86 months for these charges, another 24 months. Mr. Williamson, this is 110 months. The first thing he told me is, he was like, this is a crime that's really, really prevalent. He was like, and so my attorney was like, well, respectfully, Your Honor, we're asking for 55 months. And everybody in the motherfucking courtroom got silent. Like, fuck you think 55 months? Where they get that at? Where they do that at? And so the next thing you know, the judge was like, man, I can give him 20 fucking years today. He said, Mr. Williamson, I ain't gonna give you 20 years. 86 months plus another 24 months, 110 months. So I look over there at my wife, and I look at her, and I'm like, yeah, we good. I'm good. So everything good. We good. Shit. She put her head in her hand and just leaned down flat like this. And I'm like, fuck you tripping for? I'm finna be home. So I get back to the pod, and so the homies is playing dominoes. And so my celly, he jump up. And my celly was like, yo, how much time they gave you? I said, shit, they just gave me 110 months. He was like, nigga, that's 9 years, 2 months.
Right.
And so I staggered back and shit. I stutter stepped. Like, I couldn't get trying to get my foot up under my body. I'm like, fuck. He was like, come on over here and play some dominoes. I'm like, no, I don't want to play no motherfucking dominoes. I need to go sleep this shit off.
Okay, because you're how old at that time?
I was 35.
35, they're telling you 9 years.
2 months.
2 months.
I staggered back, and he was like, when he said it, he calculated. I ain't always been the best with mathematics, man, Vlad. I ain't been the best with math, but when he said 110 months, I'm like, I haven't even equivalent, so when I get in the cell by myself, I'm like, 24. Ooh, that's 4 years. 24. Ooh, okay, damn. I just sat there and just shit. Tears rolled from my eyes like, fuck. I fucked up. I fucked this play all the way up. This package, I fucked the package all the way up. Like, I just sat there and I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I that day, shit, that day was a bad day. It was a bad day.